A week had passed since Minho, the college boy, had confessed his feelings to Jisoo, the cute chef. The confession under the street lamp had been sweet, innocent, and undeniably nerve-wracking. But the days since had been filled with a hesitant sort of happiness. Minho had been waiting for Jisoo to bring up their conversation to take the next step, but Jisoo had been strangely silent on the subject. It left Minho unsure, his mind running wild with scenarios and questions. Was Jisoo regretting confessing his own feelings? Was he pulling away because of the age gap? Or worse, did he not feel the same way anymore? The once light-hearted visits to the cafe had turned into anxious affairs, with Minho overthinking every glance and word. Today was another such day. The bell above the door chimed as Minho entered the cafe. Jisoo looked up from behind the counter, his eyes lighting up when he saw Minho. "Oh, you came," Jisoo said, a wide smile gracing his lips. He quickly wiped his hands on his apron, the gesture so natural that it made Minho's heart skip a beat. "Of course I came," Minho replied, a bit defensively. "You didn't think I wouldn't, did you?" Jisoo tilted his head, a playful smirk on his lips. "Maybe," he teased, "you haven't come these past few days. I thought you were ignoring me." Minho scoffed playfully, walking up to the counter. "What? Why would I ignore you?" He leaned closer, his eyes locking with Jisoo's. "I've been waiting for you to talk to me, to ask me out, to, I don't know, kiss me." At those words, Jisoo's smile faltered. The playful glint in his eyes vanished, replaced by a hint of sadness. The atmosphere shifted, the comfortable banter they once shared suddenly feeling weighty. Minho noticed the change in Jisoo's demeanor, and his heart clenched. Had he said something wrong? He opened his mouth to speak, to apologize, but Jisoo cut him off with a soft, "It's okay." He stepped back, slightly, a faint blush creeping onto his cheeks. "I'm sorry, it's just that," he trailed off, biting his lower lip. Minho frowned, his earlier annoyance forgotten. "Just what?" "Spit it out, will you?" Jisoo hesitated, then blurted out, "I'm still getting used to this." Minho's eyebrows shot up in surprise. "What do you mean?" "Us," Jisoo said, gesturing vaguely between them. "I mean, I'm older. You're younger. You're a student. I'm a barista. I'm still figuring out how to act around you, how to treat you." Minho stared at Jisoo, processing his words. He had never thought about their relationship in those terms before. Sure, there was an age gap, but hadn't that been the least of his worries until now? Looking at Jisoo, he realized that while their feelings were genuine, their journey as a couple was just beginning. A soft smile spread across Minho's face, his heart swelling with affection for the barista. "Well, then figure it out, old man," Minho teased, nudging Jisoo playfully. "Figure out how to treat your boyfriend?" The nickname caught Jisoo off guard, but the smile on his face betrayed his surprise. He blushed, hiding it by leaning to grab Minho's order. Okay." He looked up at Minho with a sheepish grin. "So, what do you want?" "The usual," Minho replied, stepping aside to let Jisoo work. "One white chocolate mocha, extra whip, no foam, please." "Coming right up," Jisoo said, his gaze lingering on Minho for a moment longer than necessary. Minho met his eyes, a blush creeping up his neck. While their dynamic was new, their chemistry was undeniable. As Jisoo prepared the drink, Minho leaned against the counter, watching the barista move with practiced grace. The bell above the door chimed, announcing a customer, and Jisoo turned to greet them. "Hi, what can I get for you? Can I sit?" The newcomer asked, glancing at the empty seat beside Minho. Jisoo looked at Minho, then back at the newcomer. "Ah, yeah, sure." He gestured for Minho to move. "Sorry, I didn't realize. Don't worry about it." Minho stepped away from the counter, giving them space. He watched as the woman sat down and began talking to Jisoo, her eyes sparkling with laughter. Minho couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy. He knew it was irrational, unfounded, but the sight of another woman interacting so easily with Jisoo set off alarm bells in his brain. He tried to shake off the feeling, reminding himself that Jisoo was his boyfriend, but the unease lingered. The woman eventually got up to leave, and as she did, she shot a knowing look at Minho. "He likes you. she said with a wink before leaving. Minho turned back to the counter, where Jisoo was now staring at him, a perplexed expression on his face. She just said, Minho started, but Jisoo cut him off. That, I like you, he finished for him, a faint blush creeping onto his cheeks. How did you? She said it with her eyes, Jisoo whispered, looking away. Minho's heart ached at the vulnerability in Jisoo's voice. He knew he had to do something to reassure his boyfriend, but the words wouldn't come. Instead, he reached out and gently touched Jisoo's arm. Hey, look at me, he said softly. Jisoo turned to him, his eyes questioning. In that moment, Minho poured all his love, reassurance, and affection into his eyes. Jisoo stared back, his expression slowly softening. Then, as if realizing what Minho was trying to convey, his eyes widened in understanding. A relieved smile spread across his face, and he nodded slightly. Minho returned the smile, his heart swelling with love for the barista. He understood now that building trust and emotional intimacy would be crucial for their relationship. But as he looked into Jisoo's adoring eyes, he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. As the afternoon wore on, Minho and Jisoo fell into a comfortable silence. They didn't need words to express what they felt. The shared glances, the gentle touches, the unspoken understanding between them spoke volumes. Minho leaned against the counter, sipping his mocha, watching Jisoo move with quiet grace behind the espresso machine. The sight of Jisoo, completely absorbed in his work, brought a smile to Minho's face. He loved this guy with all his heart, and he wouldn't trade this feeling for the world. Suddenly, Jisoo looked up, meeting Minho's gaze. I have something to tell you, he said, a hint of shyness in his voice. Minho raised an eyebrow, intrigued. What is it? Jisoo took a deep breath. I was thinking we should go on a date, he blushed, looking away. A real date, like a proper one? Minho's heart skipped a beat. Like, where? I don't know, Jisoo replied, turning back to face Minho. Somewhere nice. Somewhere we can get to know each other better, like, without the cafe in between us. Minho laughed, a sense of relief washing over him. He had been waiting for this invitation, for the chance to take their relationship to the next level. I'd like that, he said, meeting Jisoo's eyes. Then it settled, Jisoo said, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 6, be ready, I won't keep you waiting, Minho promised, returning the grin. As the day drew to a close, Minho left the cafe feeling lighter than air. He couldn't wait for tomorrow, for the date with the barista who had captured his heart.